Have you ever pondered the enigma of the 12 tribes of Israel, as detailed in the books of Genesis and Exodus in the King James Bible? Who they and why are they so significant? In the annals of ancient history, few stories capture the imagination quite like the saga of the 12 tribes of Israel. As recorded in the book of Genesis 49, 28, these tribes, each named after one of the 12 sons of Jacob, also known as Israel, have left an indelible mark on human history. Their story is intertwined with the development of three of the world's major religions, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. From their genesis in the patriarchal narratives of the Old Testament to their integral role in events such as Exodus 12:37 and the conquest of Canaan described in Joshua 3, the 12 tribes of Israel have been central players in a drama that spans centuries. Their identities, their triumphs, their trials, and their tribulations, recorded in books like Judges and Samuel, have shaped and reshaped cultures, societies, and religious practices across the globe. But the narrative of the 12 tribes is not just a tale of antiquity. It's a living history reflected in the Psalms, prophets, and the teachings of Jesus in the New Testament that continues to resonate today. Their influence can be seen in the religious doctrines, moral codes, and societal norms that have been passed down through generations. The echoes of their legacy reverberate in the sacred texts, in the rituals, in the prayers, and in the spiritual lives of billions of people. Yet, despite their profound impact, the 12 tribes of Israel are shrouded in mystery. Their disappearance from historical records after the fall of the northern kingdom of Israel in the 8th century BCE, described in the books of Kings and Chronicles, has sparked countless theories and debates among historians, archaeologists, and theologians. Their fate, as hinted in the prophetic books of Jeremiah and Ezekiel, has been the subject of speculation, investigation, and even controversy. Are the tribes truly lost, as suggested in Hosea 7:8? Or have they merely been hidden in the sands of time, waiting to be rediscovered? And what can their story, as narrated in the Bible, tell us about our own history, our shared humanity, and our place in the grand narrative of existence? So, let's delve into the ancient past, guided by the light of the Scriptures, to unravel the mystery of these tribes, their legacy, and their enduring influence. The story of the 12 tribes of Israel commences with a man named Jacob, detailed in Genesis 29:30. Jacob, also considered as Israel, was a shepherd who lived over 3 millennia ago, as told in Genesis 32:28. He fathered 12 sons, each of whom would ultimately become the progenitor of a tribe, thereby establishing the 12 tribes of Israel as mentioned in Genesis. Firstly, we have Reuben, Jacob's eldest, referenced in Genesis 29:32. Born to Jacob's first wife, Leah, Reuben's tribe inhabited the lush region east of the Jordan River. His name, translated from Hebrew, means "behold a son." Following him is Simeon, also a son of Leah, whose tribe resided in the southernmost part of Canaan, as mentioned in Genesis 46:10. The name Simeon signifies hearing or listening in Hebrew. Levi, the third son, was distinct, as described in Exodus 6:16-20. His offspring, the Levites, didn't possess land. Instead, they served specific religious duties for the Israelites, a critical role that distinguished them from their brethren. The fourth son, Judah, from whom the term Jew originates, as noted in Genesis 29:35. His tribe, the significant and most potent, yielded several significant biblical figures, including King David, Ruth 4:18-22, and Jesus Christ, Matthew 1:2-16. Jacob's fifth and sixth sons, Issachar and Zebulun, both born to Leah, commanded tribes that inhabited the fertile plains of Jezreel and the coastal areas of Canaan, respectively, as elucidated in Genesis 30:17-20. There were the sons of Rachel, Jacob's beloved second wife, as referenced in Genesis 30:22-24. Joseph, who famously rose to power in Egypt, Genesis 41:43, and Benjamin, the youngest, who was cherished by his father. Joseph's two sons, Ephraim and Manasseh, are often counted as separate tribes, replacing Joseph in the traditional listing and excluding Levi due to their unique religious role, as per Genesis 48:5. Finally, we Dan, Naphtali, Gad and Asher, sons of Jacob, by his concubines Bilhah and Zilpah, as told in Genesis 33:13. Their tribes settled in the northern and eastern territories of Canaan. Thus from these 12 sons sprang 12 tribes, each with its unique story and destiny, as marked in the annals of biblical history. The tribes of Israel were no strangers to trials and triumphs. From the arid deserts of ancient Egypt, referenced in Exodus 12:37, to the fruitful lands of Canaan, mentioned in Numbers 13:27, the 12 tribes of Israel faced numerous trials that tested their resolve and faith. Their story, woven into the fabric of history, is one of endurance and resilience, of oppression and liberation. One of the most significant trials they faced was their enslavement in Egypt, lasting for over 4 centuries, as documented in Exodus 12:40. Under the harsh rule of Pharaoh, life in Egypt was a crucible of hardship and despair for the Israelites. Stripped of their freedom, they endured a life of servitude, as depicted in Exodus 1:14. Yet, spirit remained unbroken. Their faith in God, as per Exodus 3:14, remained steadfast. And it was this faith that led them to one of their greatest triumphs, the Exodus. The miraculous escape from Egypt, led by Moses, as described in Exodus 14, is a cornerstone of their history. Their journey was fraught with danger and uncertainty, but it was a testament to their unyielding faith and a victory over their oppressors. The triumphant escape from Egypt, however, was just the beginning. Their next challenge was the conquest of Canaan, the land promised to them by God, as per Genesis 12:7. Despite facing formidable foes and harsh conditions, the tribes of Israel fought bravely. They rallied under the leadership of figures like Joshua and Caleb, as depicted in Joshua 2, driving out the Canaanites to claim their promised land. This conquest of Canaan wasn't merely a military victory, it was a triumph of faith and determination. It marked the fulfillment of a divine promise as spoken in Joshua 21:43 and the beginning of a new chapter in their story. These trials and triumphs were not isolated incidents, they were shared experiences that shaped the identity of the tribes. Each trial they faced, every victory they achieved, bound them closer together. Their shared struggles in Egypt, their collective triumph in the Exodus, their unified conquest of Canaan, these experiences forged a strong, unified nation out of a collection of tribes. Tribes. The story of the 12 tribes of Israel is a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity. Their history, punctuated by trials and triumphs, serves as a beacon of hope and resilience. Their share of trials and triumphs bound these tribes together, creating a strong, unified nation, as expressed in Psalm 133:1. However, unity didn't last forever. The kingdom of Israel was torn asunder, as written in 1 Kings 12:20. The seemingly unbreakable bond that held the 12 tribes together started to crumble. This was not a sudden occurrence, but a gradual shift powered by a series of events and underlying tensions. The seeds of discord were sown during the reign of King Solomon, as described in 1 Kings 11:1-13. Yes, same Solomon renowned for his wisdom in Proverbs 10:1. His ambitious building projects and extravagant lifestyle imposed heavy taxes on the people, causing discontent among the northern tribes, as documented in 1 Kings. The situation was further exacerbated by Solomon's religious policies, which some perceived as a shift towards idolatry, as mentioned in 1 Kings 11:5-8. Following Solomon's death, the kingdom was passed on to his son Rehoboam, as read in 1 Kings 11:43. His reign, however, was anything but peaceful. Instead of addressing the grievances of the people, he made a fateful decision that proved to be the final straw, as recorded in 1 Kings 12:13-14. He chose to follow the advice of his young advisors and increased the burdens of the people, igniting the spark of rebellion. The northern tribes, led by Jeroboam, a former official of Solomon, revolted against Rehoboam, as stated in 1:12-20. The kingdom was torn in two. The 10 northern tribes formed their own kingdom, retaining the name Israel, while the tribes of Judah and Benjamin remained loyal to Rehoboam, forming the kingdom of Judah, as narrated in 1 Kings 12:21-24. The split had profound effects on the tribes. It led to political instability, internal conflicts, and a series of wars, as mentioned multiple times in the books of Kings. The once united tribes were now pitted against each other, their shared history and identity overshadowed by their differences. The division also had religious implications, with the northern kingdom establishing alternate places of worship to rival the temple in Jerusalem, further deepening the divide, as detailed in 1 Kings 12:26-33. The split of the kingdom marked a significant turning point in the history of the tribes. A narrative unfolds in the subsequent books of Kings and Chronicles. It was a time of great turmoil and change, a period that would shape the course of their history and leave an indelible mark on their collective memory. A once united kingdom, now divided, would continue its journey through the annals of time, each half carving out its own path, yet forever bound by their shared past. Among the many mysteries of history, few are as enigmatic as the lost tribes of Israel, a phrase derived from the biblical account of the 12 sons of Israel in Genesis 49. Around 7 centuries before the birth of Christ, the Assyrian Empire, in its relentless expansion, prophesied in Isaiah 10:5-6, laid siege to the kingdom of Israel. This northern kingdom was home to 10 of the 12 tribes of Israel. Distinct from the southern kingdom of Judah, inhabited by the remaining 2 tribes, as referred to in 1 Kings 12. The Assyrian onslaught was brutal, and the Israelites found themselves overpowered, as detailed in Chronicles 5:26. The Assyrians, as part of their strategy to control conquered territories, forced the 10 tribes into exile. They were scattered across the expanse of the Assyrian Empire from Mesopotamia to the far reaches of its territories, an event depicted in 2 Kings 17. This dispersion marked the last historical sighting of these tribes. From this point, they seemingly vanished from the face of the earth, earning the moniker, the Lost Tribes of Israel. Over the centuries, many theories have emerged attempting to solve this ancient riddle. Some suggest the tribes gradually assimilated into the cultures they were exiled into, their identities erased over generations. Others believe they managed to retain their unique identity, secretly practicing their religious traditions, as referenced in Jeremiah 31:6-10, and waiting for the opportunity to return to their ancestral lands. There are also more adventurous theories. One such suggests that the tribes journeyed far beyond the known world of that time, reaching as far as India, China, or even the Americas. These theories often point to similarities in cultural practices and beliefs between the Israelites and the indigenous people of these regions as evidence. Despite these numerous theories, concrete proof eludes us. Archaeological evidence is scarce and often inconclusive. Ancient texts and oral traditions offer tantalizing hints, but no definitive answers. The lost tribes of Israel continue to be a topic of passionate debate among historians, archaeologists, and religious scholars. The fate of the lost tribes of Israel, prophesied in Deuteronomy 29:28, remains one of history's greatest puzzles. Their story is a testament to the enduring power of mystery, a reminder that history still holds secrets waiting to be unraveled, just like chapters of Revelation. Despite thousands of years having passed, the legacy of the 12 tribes of Israel, as mentioned in the book of Genesis 49, endures. These ancient tribes, originating from the 12 sons of Jacob, as accounted in Genesis 35:22-26, have left an indelible mark on the tapestry of human history, shaping culture, religion, and societal norms in ways that still echo today. The tribes' influence on culture is profound. Their stories, passed down through generations, as seen in the books of Exodus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, have informed literature, art, and music. They've inspired countless works, from grand operas to intimate folk songs, from monumental sculptures to delicate paintings. The richness of their history and the depth of their traditions, chronicled in the Old Testament, have provided a wellspring of inspiration for creative minds throughout the ages. Religion, of course, is another sphere where the tribe's impact is deeply felt. The tribe of Judah, as mentioned in Genesis 49:10, gave rise to the Jews. Their religious practices, their beliefs, their very identity is rooted in this ancient lineage. Judaism, which sprouted from this tribe, is one of the world's oldest and most influential religions. As mentioned in the Torah and Talmud, it has shaped and continues to shape religious thought and philosophy in countless ways. The tribe's influence on is no less significant. Their struggles and triumphs, their rise and fall, recorded in the books of Kings and Chronicles, have been a driving force in the historical narrative of the Middle East and indeed the world. The political systems, the societal structures, the very ethos of many societies owe a lot to these tribes. Some of these tribes, like the tribe of Benjamin, as referenced in Judges 20, have managed to maintain their identity through the annals of time. The Jews, deriving from the tribe of Judah, have a clear sense of their tribal heritage, as seen through their journey in the book of Nehemiah. Despite the trials of history, they have held on to their unique identity, preserving their traditions and continuing their cultural and religious practices. The 12 of Israel, referenced in Revelation 7:5, 8, although ancient, continue to resonate in our world today. They are a testament to the enduring power of culture, religion, and history. They remind us of our collective past, they influence our present, and they will undoubtedly continue to shape our future as prophesied in the book of Ezekiel 47:13. Our exploration through the historical narrative of the 12 tribes of Israel, mentioned in Genesis 49 and Exodus 1:4, has carried us through victories, trials, and enduring conundrums. We commenced with unraveling the enigma of these ancient tribes, the progeny of Jacob's 12 sons as recorded in Genesis 35:22-26, who formed the core of the Israelite nation. From their inception, we examined their organization and the religious and cultural customs that molded them. Their trials and triumphs, as vividly detailed in the books of Exodus and Numbers, were highlighted as we delved into their battles for survival and their victories against adversity. Each tribe, unique in its own way, as described in Numbers 2, played a pivotal role in shaping the annals of history. The tribe's distinctiveness and unity, as exemplified in Deuteronomy 33, remain one of the most enticing facets of their existence. We then ventured through the tumultuous period of the kingdom division as recounted in 1 Kings 12. The schism between the tribes of Judah and Israel marked a significant twist in the history of the tribes, ushering in separate destinies yet a shared lineage. The lost tribes of Israel, an enigmatic chapter in our journey as narrated in 2 Kings 17, took us face to face with the enduring enigmas of history. The tribes that seemingly vanished post the Assyrian conquest continue to entrance historians and enthusiasts alike, their legacy enduring in legends and folklore. In our concluding segment, we glanced at the tribes today. The vestiges of the ancient tribes are scattered across the globe, their history and traditions preserved in the hearts of their descendants as hinted at in Jeremiah 31. The influence of these tribes extends beyond their geographical limitations, molding cultures and societies globally. As we contemplate the 12 tribes of Israel, we're reminded of the complex fabric of history that is woven from their chronicles, as described in the books of Genesis, Exodus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, and Kings. Their heritage, steeped in faith, resilience, and unity, serves as a testament to the enduring spirit of humanity as depicted in Psalm 78. Their journey, fraught with triumphs and trials, mysteries and disclosures, offers invaluable insights into the intricacies of history and culture. As we reflect on the 12 tribes of Israel, we're reminded that the echoes of the past, as affirmed in Ecclesiastes 1:9-10, continue to shape our present and future.